I'm with the redesigned Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid, and I'm gonna tell you why this is the no-brainer choice over the 2.5-liter turbo model, which is standard. So I'm gonna tell you what it's like to drive today through the mountains of Southern California, and also I'm gonna tell you what our fuel economy is gonna be. We are in cowboy country, not in Texas. It's actually outside of Santa Barbara, California. Lots of ranches here. And we were testing out a hybrid version of the new Santa Fe. You guys saw my driving impressions of the gasoline model, and I've been pining and yearning to drive the hybrid version of this vehicle to see what kind of fuel economy I can get. Now, I would have to have it for a week or so within my own personal fleet to pump verify, but since this vehicle's out, and available for me to drive at this media event for the Refresh Tucson, I'm excited to drive the hybrid Santa Fe and tell you guys my impressions and maybe fuel economy at the end of this, because, well, the clock is going to be accurate to some extent. All right, so I'm just going to put it into eco driving mode, and let's talk about the ride quality. Well, this is the top of the line. I think they call this the calligraphy. It has the biggest sized wheels, and the wheels do look cool, but the larger the wheel when it comes to any vehicle, the harsher the ride quality is going to be, more than likely, and the fuel economy is going to be sapped. The base hybrid version of this, which I think is called either the Eco or the SEL, it depends. Like, there's just a lot of information Hyundai's been thrown at us today, but you get the base version of the Santa Fe Hybrid, and you're going to be able to get better fuel economy. It won't be equipped like this gorgeous calligraphy model, which, my gosh, I love the two-tone steering wheel, the green dash, like you got the UV sanitation tray here, heated and ventilated. Like, I am just completely spoiled. It's very luxurious. It's very quiet. I have dual pane windows here. I mean, it is a very, very nice vehicle, but when you spend this much money, your fuel economy is going to go down. Now, I'm happy that Hyundai has made sure that this Santa Fe hybrid has optional all-wheel drive. By keeping it front-wheel drive only, you get to save, I think it's around $1,500 compared to the all-wheel drive up front, but the front-wheel drives will also give you better fuel economy. All right, these are rated, I want to say around 36 miles per gallon, but that's going to be on the base model with the smallest wheels and front wheel drive only. But I just wonder, on rough roads like this in California, if just how much better the ride quality would be with those thicker tires, right? Now, they do have an XRT version of this, but it is not available in the hybrid. It's only the gasoline turbo model. So I drove that one off-road, and it's very capable off-road. But to me, I'd be getting this model. This model, to me, ticks all the boxes. Honestly, the engine's been on mainly this whole time I'm climbing this mountain, and I can't even tell the engine's on. Now, part of that is because this road is so harsh, and I'm feeling and hearing everything come up through the road into the vehicle. But the engine is not having to work hard at all to get us up the hill. Of course, you have the electric assist, which I'm going to pull up this hybrid screen here, and there you go. We might be going downhill now, which is going to be quite nice. But I'm going to get out and take some selfies with this beautiful earthy brass color, and then get back on the road. Heading back down the hill, and that's something, auto brake hold was on previously with the previous driver, and it carries over to the next driver or the next time you start up the car. So I really, really appreciate that. I love the auto brake hold memory feature that we have here. Let's talk about regen. So I have paddle shifters here, and no, they don't operate the 6-speed automatic in here. They operate the regen braking. And the regen braking in here is incredibly strong. Like, it almost feels as strong. Actually, I might take that back. It might be exactly like the regen braking rate or strength, I guess you could say, that you have on an Ioniq 5. The difference is Ioniq 5 has iPedal, which converts a car completely into a one pedal vehicle or a one pedal driving experience. But I don't have the hills where I live in Florida, but having a hill here or going down the mountain, I can, instead of using my brakes or engine braking, I just use the regen braking here to moderate my speed. And not only that, it's charging my battery as I go. So love the customizable regen braking here. Honda has similar regen braking. I don't think Toyota has any sort of regen braking control on their hybrids. Ooh, this would be a great place to do 0 to 60. You know what? I don't have my drag meter, but that's okay because I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys. Let's go ahead and put it into sport. It doesn't let me torque brake. Wow, okay. Okay. So hopefully the camera can pick up the speedometer because I forgot to say when I hit 60. I'll tell you just what it feels like. I think it actually has pretty good power, especially to 40 miles an hour. I feel like to 40, it does a really good job to keep up with, let's say, the 2.5 turbo version of this car, which has a lot more power. But the 231 horsepower here, it's about 5 more horsepower compared to the previous Santa Fe hybrid. It's got 271 pound-feet of torque, which I think is up about, 13, 14 pound-feet, something like that compared to the previous model. It's not that they have a new electric motor. My understanding is that the battery output is stronger now in this hybrid to give that electric motor or juice when it needs it. So yeah, the hybrid in here, to me, 100% the way to go over the turbo model, unless you're towing. But how many people are towing in their Santa Fe? I'm sure there's people out there, but to me, it's going to get you really, really strong fuel economy. It gives you good performance, and it's not that drony, loud, annoying, and distasteful performance that you often get in Hyundai or Honda or Toyota hybrids with their eCVTs, right? They'll just, let the engine go wah as you accelerate. Here, we have a traditional 6-speed automatic. Now, there are pros and cons. So in terms of a driving experience, it's way better here than the Toyota or Honda hybrids. But since you have the complexity of a 6-speed auto, reliability, long-term, it might be an issue compared to Toyota and Honda's more simple systems. This hybrid doesn't feel any heavier than the 2.5 turbo. And again, if you get it in a front-wheel drive, it'll be even lighter since you don't have the mechanical linkage to go to the rear wheels. And that's something that Toyota has an efficiency advantage here over this vehicle with their hybrids. Their hybrids don't have a direct linkage between the engine and the rear wheels. They just use a little electric motor back there. Now, just yesterday, the day before me driving this, Hyundai has confirmed there will be a new plug-in hybrid coming for this vehicle, but it's nothing like the previous plug-in hybrid that was on the Santa Fe. In fact, it has no transmission at all, and it has no drive shaft at all. It has two electric motors, one up front, one in the rear, and a large battery pack, much larger than what we see in the old Santa Fe plug-in hybrid, which only had about 30 miles of electric range. You're going to be able to get 3 times that electric range, probably, let's say 100 miles of range, and you'll have a small gasoline engine on board to act as your generator, your range extender. And Hyundai will have that coming in 2026 here in North America in this Santa Fe. Maybe Tucson as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring it in there, and other Genesis models as well. All right, but this thing, the powertrain here is just buttery smooth. You don't even realize if you're an electric or if the gasoline engine is on. Like I said, partially is because of the road noise that we have going on with these larger tires, the larger wheels and the thinner tires that we have here on this Calligraphy. All right, there's the new Tucson as well. Air conditioning. Well, air conditioning seems to be quite strong in here. It's only 76 degrees, but you guys know in Southern California, if you're in the sun, it's hot. So even though it's 76, the car it's a pretty low fan speed, just 2 fan speed. It's cooling down the entire car very, very well. Ooh, that's something Toyota hybrids can't do. And it's definitely a more engaging experience compared to Toyota or Honda hybrids. What do I mean? Well, when you power out of a turn, I was hit with immediate torque and acceleration, and very linear and predictable acceleration as you power out of the turn. That was fantastic. Very, very happy with the driving dynamics of the Santa Fe. It's way more fun to drive compared to, let's say, the Pilot, because Pilot doesn't even have a hybrid, and you guys know how much I like hybrids. I'd say it's more fun to drive the Pilot. It feels lower to the ground compared to the Pilot, more nimble. The Highlander, I guess you could compare to this. That has a hybrid, but that hybrid system is all about efficiency and not about driver engagement. This strikes a really good balance of driver engagement, efficiency, and capability. All right, with the mechanical linkage, all-wheel drive here will be superior to Toyota's all-wheel drive hybrids. So I'm getting close to 20 miles on the clock here, and some things I noticed during the time lapse is that if there's enough battery charge, I had enough power not only to get me up steep mountain roads and maintain 35 miles an hour, it did it for a mile straight on fully electric. It was very, very impressive. Now, I didn't know when I got out of electric. I had to keep looking down, because unless you're giving this car a heavy, heavy foot, you never, ever hear the gasoline engine. I guess maybe if you give it a little bit from a stop, you might be able to hear it a little bit more. But with the tire noise and then the, like the active noise canceling in here, like you just never hear that 4-cylinder turbo hardly at all. And again, I just had to look down to see if it was off, and it is right now. So I'm maintaining 40 miles an hour and fully electric. It's not breaking a sweat. And then here's indicative of how it'll be in Florida with this smooth new road. Yeah, it rides like a dream. So I mean, really, if you don't have perfect roads, it's hard to recommend this calligraphy because the wheels are so big, and it, like I said, a lot of road noise, tire noise comes through the cabin. But if you have smooth roads where you drive, for me, that's all I have in Florida, then I wouldn't have any issues living with these bigger wheels. And it is a little bit floaty in here. Like, I don't know if it's because the wheelbase is fairly long and it's a long vehicle. It's a bit floaty. But like I said, when you put it through the turns and accelerate out of the turns, it actually feels really, really nice. So as we finish up our ride here, getting close to 20 miles of driving with this hybrid, it is telling me 33 miles per gallon. Again, conditions here, doing some mountain driving, doing some spirited driving at times with the 0 to 60 and pulling through the turns. I would say, excuse me, in town anyways, you'd be seeing low to mid 30s, depending on how you drive and where you're driving, what the temperature is, how much you have to run that AC. But yeah, I just got 33.4 miles per gallon. Stay tuned though, because if you like hybrids, if you like miles per gallon, I will get this in my personal fleet at home for a week, put some miles on it, and be able to give you guys a true accurate test of the fuel economy. I'll catch you in the next one.